If Marcus Aurelius had a credit card, he probably would have burned it without hesitation in the name of self-discipline. Despite ruling the most powerful empire in the world, he chose to sleep on the floor, eat simple meals, and remind himself that everything, including wealth, is temporary. Now, imagine him in a modern shopping mall. Buy now, pay later, deals everywhere. Ads telling you what you should want, and a system constantly pushing you to consume. He would likely look around and ask one simple question: how did freedom become so expensive? Today, financial chaos is almost considered normal. Debt is treated as if it's just a part of life, while discipline is seen as outdated. Yet 2,000 years ago, one of the most powerful men in history wrote personal notes to stay calm during difficult times. He didn't do it for fame or applause. He did it to endure. Those writings later became meditations, and within them lies a powerful approach to money that still holds value today. Marcus was born in 121 AD into immense privilege. He received the finest education, had wealth, and eventually became emperor. But instead of turning into a tyrant, he chose reflection. Influenced by Stoic philosophy, he trained himself to prepare for hardship, accept loss, and recognize that he could not control everything. He lived through plagues, wars, and betrayals, yet his thinking remained clear. His true goal was not comfort, it was maintaining control over his mind. Even when Rome stood at the height of its wealth, he chose simplicity. He avoided excess and distrusted praise. To him, real wealth was not external, it was internal, the strength to live rightly even when the world was in turmoil. Stoicism is popular again today, but many people only share striking quotes while overlooking the economic forces Marcus was trying to guard himself against. The modern system is not just complex, it often feels designed to keep you spending. Debt is rising, interest rates are climbing, and financial literacy remains limited. Many digital platforms you use are built to encourage even more consumption. The result is a society filled with people who appear wealthy but live paycheck to paycheck. Anxiety increases while financial security weakens. Too often the system survives not by creating real value, but by monetizing human emotion. This is where Stoicism offers a different perspective. It's not about ignoring emotions. It's about refusing to let them control you. The Stoics taught that while we cannot control external events, we can control our response to them. Marcus regularly reminded himself that death, loss, and poverty are natural parts of life. He believed desire was the root of much suffering and that self-control is the foundation of freedom. These were not just ideas. They were shields against uncertainty. Applied today, imagine treating money the way Marcus treated power. Not chasing status symbols, not panicking when markets fall, not feeling compelled to upgrade every time a new model appears, recognizing that financial freedom comes not from having more, but from needing less. This mindset is more than minimalism. In some ways, it challenges the modern economy, which depends heavily on consumption. If enough people began to say enough, the system would strain. Moderation is rarely the most profitable path. Marcus saw luxury not as a reward, but as a test. He believed too much comfort could weaken a person. The only wealth worth having, in his view, was the kind no one could take from you. Today, many of us measure wealth by cars, houses, or bank balances. Marcus would have called that an illusion. True wealth is the ability to remain steady even if those things disappear. Yet this is becoming harder. A small economic shock can upend lives. Just a few minutes on social media can make someone feel inadequate. The challenge is no longer only financial, it is deeply emotional as well. For the Stoics, discomfort was not something to avoid, it was training. Marcus sometimes chose hardship on purpose, sleeping on a hard bed, skipping meals, reminding himself that the real danger was not pain, but dependency on comfort, praise, or outcomes. Now imagine applying that to your finances, preparing for crises instead of reacting to them, saving money, cutting unnecessary expenses, and proving to yourself that you can live with less, questioning the belief that money will solve all your anxieties. Measuring success not only by wealth, but by inner calm. When we look around today, we see rising inflation, governments taking on more debt, and economies struggling with uncertainty. Yet many people lack real security, holding on to the quiet hope that someone, somewhere, is in control. But history teaches us one thing clearly. Hope is not a plan. Marcus would not have waited for rescue. Even if the system were flawed, he would focus on what he could control: himself, his habits, his thought,